What's up everyone, some guy here with another Alliance War video. Season 24, one number 4, we are versing against CNR. I don't think we've ever faced him before, but I do know a couple people in there, or at least one of them is actually Dr. Creepsta. This is where I learned all my Quaking from his chat room in line. Anyway, going on first fight here, we have this Mephisto on Ebon knockdown. Very easy quick fight. You just gotta knock him down while concussion and stun is up to shut down the protection, and from there it's a very straightforward quick and shake fight. Quake is a pretty good matchup against Mephisto just because she will never trigger his aura since she's not hitting into him. Plus, she'll shut down the regen when he gets about 30%. He will trigger the regen text will show up, but he won't actually regen any health. Very easy fight. Next up, we have Hitmonkey, very common defender on this node on Ebb and Flow knockdown and heavy hitter. I will be using Nick Fury again. Very easy Nick Fury fight. Just gotta throw your SP1 since his SP1 inflicts a disorient debuff. It also counts as a knockdown, so that should most of the time shut down the protection node, although sometimes it doesn't. I think in this one, the first one doesn't. So you see I'm just trying to bait out his SP1 here and then go in with my SP1. And I was hoping to shut it down the first try, but as you can see, I actually got the passive fury, so that's when I know I didn't actually shut it down. If you actually do shut it down, you shouldn't be getting the passive fury. It would just shut down the node altogether. So I'm just going in. I'm waiting out the passive fury to go in and try it again. Just gotta bait out another special. I don't play perfectly here. I think I do get clipped with a with some combos soon, but right here I think I'm trying to bid out another SP1 and then throw my SP1 to usually the second time, if not the first time, it should shut it down. Most of the time it's pretty straightforward. I try and go and intercept, but he doesn't play, and then I got intercepted instead, and he crits pretty hard against me with his sticks. And I'm just trying to get some adrenaline healing. I would have used my SP2 to get all those healing, but I don't want to knock him down again because knocking him down again can trigger the node up again. So I have to kind of re-shut it down. Definitely could have played a lot cleaner, but solo's a solo, I'll take it. It'll just cost me some potions. Next up here, Ebony Maw, pretty much on the same notes. Very easy quick fight. Since Stubborn is gone, it's just a very straightforward quick and shake fight. Again, just shut him down. Or this one is not even flow, so you don't have to do anything. Just a straightforward quick and shake fight. Alright, moving on to the next fight here. We have this Nick Fury on Mixmaster and Aggression Prowess. Usually Steel, one of our teammate, will take him with his rank 3 Omega, but I think he couldn't fit him this war, so I'll be quicking him in instead. You can definitely quake Nick Fury. Of course, there's always a risk with messing up against Nick Fury because he is a pretty beefy champion, especially at rank 3. And he hits very hard, especially in his second life. His first life is not too bad since you can still stun him. Second life, you just have to play very careful. If you get clipped, it's pretty much game over. And you just have to... one of the other things you have to look out for is when he transitions from his first life to second life. If he's stunned right in front of you, he can get out of the stun very quickly and catches you off guard sometimes. So you just have to be on the lookout when that happens. And you don't want to normally drop any heavies just because if you push him to an SP1, he's gonna, since he has a lot of prowesses, his SP1 will hit very, very hard even through the block. And plus that will give him his tactical charges, and if he has more than 5, I believe your auto evades will fail, so you do not ever want to push him to like in the bar power. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous against this fight just because he's I've died to him on ebb and flow intercept. Well, I didn't die to him, I timed out against him, but it's always kind of scary quaking Nick Fury just because if you mess up, you're pretty much dead. Also, another thing about his going to second life is most of the time he is luckily pretty passive. When he first goes into his second life, he will most of the time dash back and hold block. So that's pretty good. I wasn't worried about timing out just because this is not ebb and flow intercept or ebb and flow. But as you can see, I did go into the within the 1 minute mark here. So I think next time I will be putting on bigger boosts. But going to section 2, we have this Rhino here on ebb and flow intercept. Very common placement. I'll be using Quake. I thought putting on a 15% attack boost would be enough. However, I believe this guy is running full limber and possibly have maxed out willpower, and I don't know what sig his Rhino is. He is duped, so it does give him more physical resistance. So I'm doing pretty much no damage here, especially when he's not stunned. His willpower is kind of catching up on my damage here. So I'm almost a minute down. I'm only doing about 90%, or I only took off about 10% of his health. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of on a track to time me out. So I'm trying to shut him down or shut down the ebb and flow intercept now. So I do have to make sure I have a concussion on him. I got to intercept him while he's concussed, but I just can't get the opening. I just don't get a good enough opening here. I kept trying to get a good opening to push into a bar of power and bait it out and then try and intercept, but the AI just wasn't playing into me. I think in the beginning I got close, but I was just a little bit late, so the concussion took over and it auto evaded for me, so it didn't count as an intercept. This is a very, very ugly Quake fight, probably one of my worst maybe. Right there, I tried to get an intercept, but he was obviously, I didn't have concussion on him, so he was unstoppable, and I just got wrecked by him. But at this point, it's looking kind of great. There's already only 2 minutes left of the fight, and he still has more than 55 or 50% of his health. So at this point, I probably should have just kept going, but I was hoping I was able to shut him down and be able to finish the fight in time, but I just kept trying. It was just very, very off. I kept trying to bait out his SP1 just because when I'm in a corner, it's hard to get an intercept because you don't have that much room for the intercept. So usually it's a lot easier. And yeah, I get clapped pretty badly. I was too early on evading his heavy, and his heavy crit had a massive crit, and it just took me out. So that's definitely on me for not boosting enough. I definitely going forward will be putting on huge boosts against Rhino. Actually, probably moving forward against Rhino, a dupe Rhino at least, I might be using like She-Hulk instead. I just Quake is not that good of a matchup. Sure, she can bypass it, but if your opponent is running full limber and if the Rhino is duped pretty high, his physical resistance does play a major role with the attack reduction. But going this fight, I put on an extra boost. I think now I'm at 25% attack boost, and you'll see I started the fight with more than 50% health of Rhino, and I was able to take him down with like spare time left. So if I went in this fight in the beginning with that same amount of boosts, I wouldn't have to worry about shutting down his protection and just Quake away like normal, and I wouldn't have to worry about timing out, and I would have finished the fight in time and soloed it. So definitely a lesson learned here. Always boost. Better boost more than not enough. Better safe than sorry. Alright, so moving on to the next fight here, we have this Immortal Abomination on Ebb and Flow Intercept and Redouble Determination. Very common placement for him. He's usually on either Path 5 Redouble Determination or Path 8 Redouble Determination. However, lately I have seen him placed on a I forget the node in Path 1, Section 2, right before the joint fight. I think Buffet. Anyway, going this fight, since Stubborn is gone, he's very quickable now. His physical resistance isn't that high, not as high as Rhino, so I wasn't worried about timing out or anything. Plus, I was already still boosted from the previous fight. So this fight is just very straightforward, quick and shake. As long as you don't make contact with him, just try not to parry or try not to get clipped, since if any contact, he does have a chance to place a poison debuff on you. The poison debuff is very, very long. The damage at first might not seem much, but because the poison debuff is so long on you, it just keeps ticking your health down very, very low. I have gotten the poison debuff on me before from a couple seasons ago, I believe, or last season actually. And I was running suicide, so there was double poison on me taking down. And as you know, poison it also reduces your healing, so not good to have poison on you most of the time. Alright, so before going to this fight, I waited for the attack boosts to fall off so I can throw on the health boosts. This node is Ebb and Flow Intercept and Redouble Determination. KingPin is a large champ, so Protect is affected. It can affect him. I also have the Magneto pre-fight on this KingPin as well. One of our teammates was kind enough to place him, so that way all of my stuns will stick. They are passive stuns, so KingPin won't shrug them off. This was not a very good fight at all. I don't know if Doom is a good matchup. I think on paper he might seem like a good matchup. Also, I wasn't playing very well, as you can see. I got clipped there, because he can, you know, control his power very well. But I was trying to, I didn't want to use the Doom cycle on him, just because I wasn't sure how his interaction will go with shrugging off the shock debuffs and whatnot. So I wanted to play it safe and just keep trying to intercept him. And then I should have used his SP2, Doom's SP2 more while he had his passive Fury. But most of the time when I had the SP2, he had close to 2 bars of power, and I don't want to push KingPin to 2 bars of power, just because I don't know how to fully evade it, and I think it's gonna hurt on block. So most of the time I'm just trying to intercept him and bait his SP1, but all of my medium, or all of Doom's medium hits, does inflict shock, and it is on Redouble Determination, so he keeps gaining a lot of power, at least to like a bar of power, so it was pretty hard to constantly intercept him. I was trying to constantly bait out his SP1 here, and I just wasn't playing very well, and right now I'm getting kind of cornered. I want to push him back a little bit to give myself more room. Just all around a not very good gameplay from me. Could also be affected by my death with Quake earlier, but I believe Colossus would have been a much better counter for him, just because Colossus SP3 can give himself a kind of a passive passive unstoppable upon getting hit on block. So that's an easy way to get an intercept in. And plus, Colossus is just tankier. He's also a large champ, so if he does trigger protection, he can always just knock him down with a special to get rid of the protection. So this fight is not going very well. It's at KingPin's at 50%. The time is a little below 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's usually what our time is, like at the halfway mark. So I am a little bit behind. So I am kind of getting worried about timing out. I'm just not doing a lot of damage, and I keep throwing Doom's SP1. Doom's SP1 doesn't do that much damage at all. It does mostly just power drains, but even that is just, I'm not doing any damage, and I keep trying to light intercept him, but he just wasn't playing into my intercepts, and I didn't want to push him to 2 bars of power. Every time I get close to pushing him to 2 bars of power, I don't get anywhere close to a bar of power for me. So I was just playing kind of scared, not gonna lie. So yeah, I was able to get a good intercept here. But this fight goes, I don't know, not very well. So right here, I hit the 1 minute mark, just less than a minute left of the fight. He still has a little bit more than 25% of health. I'm trying to desperately get some intercepts in to try, and then right there, I just wasn't playing very smart. He was obviously stunned, still stunned, and I try to go in for intercept, and he just comes out of stun and clips me. Luckily, I was able to get a good intercept there. I almost pushed him to an SP2 there, which was not good. I am getting a little bit cornered, but I just said screw it. I'm just gonna throw my SP2 here since I have the passive Fury, and thankfully it does kill him. But very close fight. I almost timed out there. Very fortunate at the very end that it did kill him, and the SP2 did some good crits. Well, if it didn't crit or anything, I think I may have timeout, even though I had about 30 seconds left, but very close fight. Probably going to use Colossus next time. But going to the mini boss island here, we have this M.O.D.O.K on Stunning Reflection and Polka Dot Power. I will be using Nick Fury. He's a very good counter to this fight, even in his first life. I kind of forgot how to play against M.O.D.O.K for a while just because I always Quake him. But after fighting him last war on the same node, I was able to get him down pretty much fully. So basically, I'm just trying to bait out his SP1s. And whenever I get rid of his auto block, I don't know what the symbol is called. I know I can freely throw my combo without getting auto block. I think it comes back every 7 seconds, so I think that's just enough time for me to finish my combo. I throw my SP2 here because I have encountered in the past where Nick Fury's SP2 does stun the opponent. This is a reflective stun, so the reflective stun will come back to me, but Nick Fury purifies all non-damaging debuffs upon knocking down an opponent. So I have in the past basically thrown my SP2 and I get stunned for like a millisecond, and then this Nick Fury purifies the stun and he comes out fine. I don't know why right there earlier he didn't purify the stun. He was just staying stunned. I'm not sure why that happened, but after I figured that out, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna throw any more SP2s. I'll probably just build up to an SP3 and just stay there. I'm basically just looking out at his auto block symbol below his health bar to make sure it's not on when I'm comboing him, to make sure I shut it down first before I go in there with a 5-hit combo ending in light, and it does a good amount of bleed. And every time M.O.D.O.K auto blocks Nick Fury, he also inflicts a bleed on him. So Nick Fury is I think by far one of the best counter against M.O.D.O.K on this node. Very easy fight. You don't have to purposely go into Nick Fury's second life for this fight. He can very easily do it on his first life as well. And this SP3 does kill him. So very easy fight with Nick Fury. We unfortunately did lose this war. It was a fairly close war. I think we lost by about 4 attack bonuses. One of them is definitely on me for not boosting enough, but definitely could have won this war. But hopefully going forward, I'll play smarter and boost up bigger. Better play more safe than sorry. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.